Today we're going to talk about how to set goals and make sure you achieve them in 2019. Hey there everybody, my name is Trent Dyrsmid, founder and head creator at Bright Ideas. And in today's video, what we're going to talk about is the goals that I have set for my 3 businesses. Potentially even more importantly for you is I want to share with you the system that myself and my entire team use on a weekly and monthly basis to make sure that we actually make progress to the goals that we set at the beginning of the year. So if you're ready to go ahead and hit that like button and let's jump right into it. All right, so the big problem with goal setting for most people is they sit down at the beginning of the year and they think, what should my goals be this year? I want to lose weight. I want to get a better job. I want to make more money, I want to have a better relationship, yada, 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 yada. And then what happens to those goals? Well, they just go into a drawer somewhere and they're never seen again for the rest of the year. Doesn't sound like a very good plan for accomplishing your goals, does it? So when you don't have a system for regularly monitoring your goals and tracking your progress towards them, you're headed for deep trouble. Or more importantly, you're headed to not achieve your goals. So what's the solution, you ask? Well, number 1, goals need to be measurable. Number 2, goals need to have a deadline. And number 3, goals should be based more on your activities rather than the outcome itself. So what do I mean by that? So let's say you set a goal, I want to make $1 million in my business this year. Well, there's a whole bunch of things that have to happen for you to achieve the goal of making $1 million. And depending upon the business that you're in, most likely, many of those factors are beyond your control. For example, in my Amazon business, let's say we set that goal. Well, I need other people, suppliers, to say yes in order for me to achieve that goal. If no supplier ever says yes, and I don't pick up any new product lines, guess what? It's going to be pretty tricky to achieve my $1 million goal. So instead, I like to set goals that are activity-based because I can control my activities, and I know that a certain amount of activity is going to give me the highest probability of achieving the result that I want. So I'm not saying that setting goals around results is bad. What I am saying is that it is very important to have a very clear understanding of what the activities are that you need to make sure you give yourself the highest probability of achieving that goal. So now let's get into the tool that we use. So the tool that we use, I did not create. It was created by the founder of Keller Williams Realty, and I'll put a link down in the video description where you can download this, but it's called a 411, and it is a very, very simple document. You could do it up in a spreadsheet, you could do it in a Word document, or you could just use the link below and go download their template. So basically it breaks your goals down into a couple of sections. Number 1 is you want to have annual goals. That's what I want to achieve this year. Then you need to think about, well, given that those are my annual goals, I have 12 months. What am I going to do in January? What am I going to do in February? Now, you don't have to map them all out in advance. We don't do that. Instead, our team focuses on strictly the month that we're in. So let me give you, and I'll share my goals with you as I go through this. So goal number 1, annual for me, is my Flowster software company. I want to generate $1 million in gross revenue. Goal number 2, my webs product, I want to generate $800,000 in revenue. Goal number 3, my Amazon business, I want to generate $3 million in gross revenue. Goal number 4, I'd like to grow my YouTube channel to 25,000 subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber and you're digging this video so far, go ahead and become a subscriber right now. And then goal number 5, I want to grow my Facebook group to 5,000 members. So the second 2 goals are obviously very centered around growing my audience, and there's all sorts of good reasons to have an audience. The simple one is that if you have stuff to sell and your audience likes you, they're going to have a higher propensity to buy your stuff. That's why it's good to have an audience. So those are my annual goals. Now, if I just stuck that on a wall somewhere and I looked at it every now and again, what do you think the odds would be that I'm actually going to be able to achieve all of these goals? probably pretty slim. I don't know, but I'd like better odds. So by breaking them down into monthly, we then get a little bit more bite-sized chunks. And then we're gonna break them down into weekly. And this is what the 411 will allow you to do. So in my case for January, the thing that I need to do is recruit 4 influencers to the Flowster platform. Now, why I want influencers and so forth is beyond the scope of this video, but given my business plan for that business, that is the thing that I need to do in January to make sure that I move myself closer to my goal of $1 million in revenue. Then, for my YouTube channel, I need to produce 4 videos this month, and you're watching one of them right now. If you want to be sure to see future videos, again, hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss them. Then number 3 is I need to conduct pre-interviews on my podcast with at least 8 different people. And that feeds into one of the goals I have for my Amazon business. Then I'm hoping that, so now here's some number goals. For January, I'd like to get my YouTube channel up to 1,800 subscribers. I'm somewhere around 1,650 right now, so it's not a huge amount. I'm just kind of getting started on YouTube. So I've set a measurable, and that is an outcome goal, don't get me wrong. Then number 4, Facebook group to reach 1,600 members, and I think we're somewhere in the 1,400-ish or 1,450 or something like that neighborhood. So those are my monthly goals for January. Then I have weekly goals, and these get set every single week. So you develop a cadence around this. So for me, invitations to 4 influencers for the Flowster platform, publish 1 new video, which you're watching right now, pre-interviews with 2 brands. I'm producing a live event we're gonna do a mastermind workshop right here at my office. So I needed to create a sales page and all the videos and all the campaigns and everything to make that happen. That's actually already done. And then, so that I can make my videos better, I think I need the help of a videographer. So I set one of my goals for this week to find videographers. And so I put an ad on Craigslist and I got a whole bunch of people who have replied, and I'm looking at demo reels and so forth and so on. All right, so that is my system for setting goals and ensuring I have an accountability plan to make sure that I achieve them. And everybody in my companies uses this exact system. So that's it. If you dug this video and you want to get more, well, first of all, actually, if you have questions, make sure you just put them in the comments right down below, because I check them every single day and I will definitely be sure and get you an answer. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would smash that like button. If you want to make sure you get notified of future videos, go ahead and subscribe, as I mentioned earlier. And then finally, this Facebook group that I mentioned I'm very, very active in that group every single day. And that is a group where we talk about how to be successful using the wholesale business model on Amazon. And you can get to that group by just going to the link brightideas.co/Facebook. All right, everybody, that's it for now. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.